Hi, everyone. So I am here with the astrology of the week of May 5th through the 11th. I hope you enjoy it. This week is going to be very interesting because it's a week of high expectations. There's a lot of power, there's a lot of strength, there's a lot of action that is being offered to you at this time if you take advantage of it by pursuing those goals, by taking an initiative, by making that phone call, connecting to the people that you're supposed to connect to, there is a lot of expansion, a lot of growth, and a lot of possibilities for your future. I would strongly, strongly pay attention to what is drawing you in this week and what you want to manifest and create in your existence, because definitely it can happen. So, as we go through this week, just keep that in mind. And thank you for everybody that's been liking, subscribing, following, sharing, commenting. You guys have been a blessing. I greatly appreciate all my community. I know that you guys are shifting and moving just as much as I'm shifting and moving because we're all connected in that same matrix. If not, if you're not subscribed, maybe you can consider being part of this group. And if you want to go directly to the days of the week, just go to the description part below. The timestamps are there. So now let's just go through the week. Today, May 5th. Interesting energy because we have Mercury in Aries, which means a lot of very direct and fiery communication. We also have the energy of the sextile in Jupiter in Gemini. And that means that the communication that you're receiving at this time is all about expansion. Connect to the right people, grow the right way, break down walls, remove limitations, expand, and things like that. It's kind of like what your spirits are kind of trying to tell you. But at the same time, we have the moon in Virgo. When the moon is in Virgo, we are very plan oriented, meticulous, kind of nitpicking it as to what it is that I need to do to make this happen. So use this energy, like make your plans, execute your plans, think about how you're going to expand for the future. See, like you can go online, look up different people that you can connect to, all kinds of stuff, because it is a very expansive energy. Also, it is a good day to receive communication, a lot of networking, a lot of I want to say quantum entanglements. So if you call out to the universe and tell them, can you connect me to the right resources? Can you connect me to the right people, places, things, and energies, the right mindset, so that I can make and execute whatever it is that I'm supposed to execute to become what I know that I'm supposed to become? It is a very big possibility. So it's all in your hands right now. Like this entire week, the ball will be in your court. You just have to start playing it. So let's talk about May 6th, which is tomorrow. We have Venus in Aries, and it will be creating a sextile with Pluto in Aquarius. Venus in Aries is a very awesome energy because Venus is all about our carnal desires, like our desires for relationships, our desires for monetary wealth, our desires for stability, growth, expansion. That desire energy is being expanded with the leadership and fiery energy of Aries. So whenever Aries and Venus comes together, expect yourself being very like, I said what I said. I'm going to do what I said I'm going to do. Now with the sextile being in Pluto and Aquarius, that means that the net that you're casting out is one that is really identical to you, to your energy, to the thing that is your truest essence. So keep that in mind. If you feel like you're drawing into your life, especially this day, right? A lot of things that you do not want, people that you don't want, resources that you don't want, situations that just really suck, then your net is casting out what you really are. So it's time for you to notice what patterns are coming through, how you can fix these patterns. Like it can be something like a negative mindset. It can be something like a negative habit that you have. It can be something where you like to self-isolate, but you're feeling lonely. You know, when we contradict each other, kind of that energy. So keep that in mind when you're going through this energy this day, because if you're attracting what you want, you're in the right vibration, keep doing it. If you're not attracting what you want, it's time for you to do a go inside, see what you're attracting, and then correct the matrix so that you can start bringing things into your existence that you want. So enjoy this day. It is very expansive. So May 7th, the moon will be in Virgo. So remember, whenever the moon is in Virgo, you will be very good at looking at the fine details. You will be very good at making tasks. You will be very good at checking all these boxes that you need to check. Okay. The second thing that I'm seeing here is that it's going to create a trine, which is a triangulation towards Uranus in Taurus. What does this mean? Do you remember January, February, March, April, which really sucked, where it was a lot of situations that like kind of proved to us that we can't move forward? Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense for people. But like, we were trying to move forward and every single obstacle kept coming in our way. They kept telling you in one way or another through hiccups, through people, through whatever, social media, all kinds of stuff, that the dreams that you have for your future, the expectations you have for your future, the growth and expansion you have for your future is just not a thing that's going to happen. So this energy of the 7th, again, you are in this energy of really nitpicking through the energy and seeing how you can move around it. But the triangulation of Uranus and Taurus is telling you this is the time that you should revisit those things that didn't work out January, February, March, and April, because they can actually work for you this time. So this would be like, let's say you wanted to sign up for some kind of program and it didn't work out for you. But then all of a sudden now it's like it works out for you. You can actually see the possibilities of being able to do it. Or let's say you wanted to do a workout regimen and it seemed like every single time you try to wake up early in the morning or whatever, or eat healthy or whatever, you were just so freaking tired. So you would just sleep, instead of doing what you were supposed to be doing. Now the energy is shifting. So you're given the opportunity to now revisit that situation and start that thing because you can do it. So this May 7th energy is an opportunity. I want to say a door, a key that is being offered to you to revisit situations that kind of fell through January, February, March, and April, so that you can create that movement forward. Uranus is all about change, and Taurus is all about breaking down walls. And so it's all about meticulously looking at the way that you can make the change required to break down the walls that were limiting you before, literally, just with the planets. So again, even though these are the potentials of the energies, that doesn't mean that this is a guarantee for anybody. Everybody needs to put their part out so that they can make things happen. So this is like, here's the energy. So now if you get on that train and you push that energy, you create the change that you want. So hope you use it for your benefit. Now let's go to May 8th. On May 8th, the moon will enter the sign of Libra, and it creates a sextile with Mars in Leo. Okay, this is all about justice. Okay, so whenever we see Libra, we are looking for balance. Our emotions are balanced, our minds are balanced, our spirits are balanced. And now what we're trying to do is balance our surroundings. So wherever you feel like there isn't the right work-life balance, or balance in the amount of energy you put into the amount of energy you're receiving, these kind of things, this energy of Mars and Leo, which is the warrior with the leader, right? So this is Mars is all about, both of them are fire. One of them is like an army person, the other one's like a lion. So just imagine all that put together, and you're using your will, your strong will and desire, and also the darker energies of yourself to bring balance into your reality. Okay, so this day you might find yourself all of a sudden getting a little bit aggressive with certain people that have been, or situations that have been limiting you, because you're like, I'm absolutely not going to let you influence me anymore. This is unjust, and I'm bringing justice into my life. Okay. This also, now that we're talking about justice, injustices, we have been seeing a lot of injustices happening in the world for a very long time. This energy right here is bringing like a stir up to the energy, where the things that were unjust are going to be coming to the forefront. And now there is a correction with this double fire energy to bring justice. So you might see pushback of lower frequency and malicious energies, negative malicious energies, that were winning before, that seem very unjust. All the other energies kind of slamming it in every single direction to put it in its place. So you guys take that as it resonates, but definitely it's one where seeking justice, seeking balance, seeking regulations. And what you're doing is that you're using your darker aspects, the fire aspects, the masculine aspects inside of you to make it happen. So use it. Sometimes it's important for us to stop being the butterfly rainbow people and for us to show that we also have teeth and we also have claws and we can also fight. We've just given you grace. And sometimes people don't deserve grace. Sometimes people deserve to be taught a lesson or put in their damn place so they can remember who the hell they are. And so keep that in mind this day. Be careful to overdo it. I hope this helps you. May 9th is pretty straightforward. May 9th is a continuation of the energy of May 8th. And we have the moon in Libra. So the things that you were calling into your existence, the things that you're trying to balance out, the things that you're trying to bring justice and I want to say fairness to on the 8th, you will continue that pattern on the 9th. Okay. Now, the only thing that I do have to tell you is that the 9th is when the influence of the full moon that we will have on the 12th is going to happen, because it starts 3 days before and 3 days after. So it will be from the 9th all the way to the 15th of May. If you guys saw the astrological like readings that I've been doing for all the signs for this May month, you will know that I do not like that full moon on the 12th, because the way it is set up is kind of want to say retaliatory, where it's kind of like the energies of denseness, the energies of negativity, the energies of malice are being given, I want to say, a little extra oomph. So I was telling people in those readings that to be mindful, but also to get themselves protected, to keep themselves safe throughout the week. So I would say this is the day where, if you haven't been very proactive about doing your protection things like um, prayers, devotionals, meditations, cleansings, all that kind of stuff, this is the day that you want to start doing it, and you want to continue the pattern of doing it on a daily and strongly all the way at least to the 15th, because of that influence in the moon. It doesn't mean that people are going to sit there and start doing all kinds of spell work, but there are some crazy people out there. But there is this thing where if I am envious of you, it amplifies. If I have evil eye towards you, it amplifies. If I speak malice about you, it amplifies. And it's all amplifying because what it's trying to do is convince you and that you don't have the strength to move forward, especially since we've had so many days of power, of expansion, of initiation. I've done told you guys that starting May, and I feel it all the way through June, there's this massive shift that's going to happen, because January, February, March, and a little bit of April sucked ass. And then it's like kind of a changing of the guards right now. So keep that in mind. All right. Keep yourself protected, keep your family protected, keep the things that you are doing protective. A lot of the things to keep things protected is just keep it quiet. So be proactive, and then remember that a great offense is, the great offense is the best defense, right? So remember that. All right. I hope this helps you. So this May 10th, the moon will start entering the sign of Scorpio. The moon on the 12th, the full moon on the 12th, will be in Scorpio. So see, this is where I'm telling you that yesterday was kind of like an introduction of having to protect yourself, because this is the moon that's going to start causing a little bit of a ruckus. And then Mercury will enter Taurus. You're going to be very steady mind. You're going to be very direct. You're going to be very clear. The energy of the moon entering Scorpio has this thing where you're delving really deep into yourself and into the strategies that you need to do to reach your goals. Okay, it's a very ambitious energy, but the reason you're reaching your goals is because you're observing people, places, things, energies that are around you that might influence you negatively or positively. Okay. And then we also have this energy of because that usually talks about money and economy and other people's money, inheritance, things like that. So what you're trying to see is like what resources you can tap into, what you can work with, how you have to administer yourself to be able to move forward when it comes to your money and the resources that you have available to you. Now keep in mind that when the universe talks about money, it doesn't necessarily talk about monetary. It talks about wealth. It talks about the wealth of friendships, the wealth of connections, the wealth of resources, the wealth of whatever. Okay. And so, and it usually depicts something outside yourself because it has Scorpio. It's not about you. It's about the things you are connected to. Okay. Now, the energy of Mercury in Taurus is talking about like these connections that you have. You're kind of determining with the Taurus energy if you should retain them or if you should let them go, if they are hindrances or they will help you expand into your future. So again, this is a concentration of driving yourself into the right direction, like kind of maneuvering through the BS that's all around you, and deciphering if something is good, something is bad, something's up, something's down. It's one of those things. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's a good. It depends on how you will use that energy. Okay. But still, make sure you're protecting yourself, especially if you're seeing on the 9th and then going to the 10th and then going to the 11th before you get to the moon, that your mind went from being super positive, I got this, I can do all these things, blah, 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 to now starting to get negative, because that is definitely something that is influencing you negatively. So you hold yourself back. All right. I hope this helps you. Now we're getting to the end of this week. This is May 11th. May 11th, the moon is still in Scorpio. Remember, we've had the moon in Scorpio since yesterday, and we will have it for the full moon tomorrow. And now it causes a square. Square is contradiction. Square is divisiveness. The square is the confrontation energy, and it's confronting you with the Mars and Leo energy. Now, if you recall that on the 8th, Mars and Leo being balanced out with the energy of Libra, you were able to push back in something that seemed injustice. But now Scorpio, being other people, other resources, something outside yourself, having a square in Mars and Leo is the kickback of whatever you started pushing forth. What day was that? That was the 8th. Okay. So you might find yourself frustrated as you feel like things are trying to work against you. Things are trying to fight against you. You might feel distracted. I need you to know that ways that people take of you, right, include sadness, where it's either you're feeling sad or you're feeling sad for somebody. Love, either somebody loves you or you love somebody. And anger, either somebody hates on you or you hate on somebody, right? And if a person is desperate for energy, right, attention, resources, they will push you however they can so that you render your energy and your power and your will to them. This is just a tactic. So don't allow yourself to go backwards in all the energies that you've been manifesting the entire week because of a frustrating moon, because this is all the initiation of that moon on the 12th. Also, I would recommend, that Monday there's going to be a full moon. I would get myself geared up and prepared mentally to do some kind of ritual or some kind of intention or some kind of something that will be a protection thing, for yourself, for the people that you're responsible for, and for your assets, um, because it's a warning, right? It started on the 10th, the warning, it continued again on the 11th. It's like it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. But if, like I said, the best defense is a great offense. So if you already have the offensive set up, when the wave hits, it's not gonna knock down your whole entire palace. Okay, so I hope this helps you, and have a wonderful week.